بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. It is my great pleasure, I, Dr. Abdul Abdullah Saleh, to begin with you this series of documentary recordings which aim to introduce the Sudanese Sufism and Sufi orders in the country. But before delving into greater depth about this important topic, let me first of all share the ideas and the areas that I intend to cover. So, of these areas that I intend to cover is the introduction to the history of Islam in Sudan and the role that has been played by Sufis. Then, the speech or our speech will go on to cover the area of the early and the major turuq in the country, followed by the contributions of Tasawwuf in Sudan, and our speech on the contributions of Sufism in Sudan will be handled in terms of religious, social, and educational contributions. The doctrine, practices, and rituals of the Sudanese Sufi Turuq also will be another area that it needs to be introduced. And then the impact on arts. The impacts of Sudanese Sufism on arts will also be an additional area that needs to be brought into light. And finally, in this part of the documentary recordings that intended to present and introduce the Sudanese Sufism and Sufi orders, our speech will be on the prophetic Madih in Sudan. So the history of this rich and diverse art. So our speech on this diverse and rich art, its history, its pioneers, and a selection to the product of its well-reputed and famous poets. The production of the Sudanese Sufi well-reputed Sufi poets will be introduced as a final and concluded area in our coverage to Sudanese Sufism and Sufi orders.